A tiger stood in the middle of the trail, blocking their way. Ranger Kamal hit the brakes, the jeep skidding to a stop. Headlights lit her stripes and the gash bleeding across her shoulder. She wasn't attacking. She was hurt. The rangers froze. No one breathed. Then she moved closer, dragging her paw hard through the dirt, carving a deep line across the trail. A low, sharp cry followed. Not a roar, but a broken call that echoed through the trees. From somewhere beyond the forest came a faint whimper. The tiger's ears flicked. She turned toward the sound, then back at them, repeating the cry, faster, urgent now. Kamal felt the meaning before he understood it. She's leading us, he said. The tiger stepped off the track, tail flicking like a signal. Kamal started the engine. We follow her, but keep the distance, he said. And they drove into the dark. The forest swallowed the sound of their engine. Branches brushed the sides of the jeep, leaves glowing silver under the moonlight. Every few meters, the tiger stopped, turning her head as if checking they were still behind her. Kamal's pulse thudded in his ears. Keep your lights low, he said. The air smelled of rain and iron. Something wasn't right. After 5 minutes, the tiger stopped near a broken fence line, an old section of wire half buried in the dirt. Then they heard it, a weak, trembling cry echoing through the trees. Kamal jumped from the jeep, flashlight shaking in his hand. Under the fence, tangled in rusty barbed wire, was a small cub, blood streaking its leg, its eyes wide with fear. The tiger turned to face them again, its chest rising rapidly, its tail low. Her growl faded into a low whimper, eyes fixed on theirs. She wasn't angry. She was asking for help. Kamal raised one hand. Nobody fires, he said quietly. The tiger paced in a slow, wide arc, muscles rippling under her coat. Her growl rolled through the clearing, deep, steady, alive. The sound vibrated through the mud beneath their boots. Keep her calm, Kamal told his partner. Talk to her. Soft voice. Ravi, the youngest ranger, nodded once. His throat was dry. It's okay, girl, he said gently. We're here. We'll help. The tiger's ears twitched, her tail flicking with every word. She didn't advance, but her breathing came fast and loud. Kamal crouched by the cub. The little one was trapped tight, the barbed wire twisted deep around its front leg. Every time it moved, the metal cut deeper. Blood soaked the dirt, sticky and dark. Hold the light steady, Kamal said. Ravi angled the beam down, the glare bouncing off wet leaves and the cub's trembling body. Kamal pulled out his knife. Easy, easy, he murmured, cutting the first strand. The cub whimpered, claws scraping weakly at the ground. The sound made the mother growl, lower this time but closer. Ravi took another step forward, his voice trembling now. We've got you. You're doing fine. The tiger's eyes locked on Kamal's hands. He could feel her watching every movement. His knife slipped once, grazing his glove. A thin line of blood traced his wrist. He didn't stop. Almost there, he whispered. Sweat stung his eyes. The air smelled of iron and smoke. Keep her talking, Kamal said. Ravi's tone softened again. Good girl. Just a little longer. The last strand refused to give. Kamal braced the knife handle against his palm and twisted harder. Metal groaned, then snapped with a sharp pop. The cub jerked, free at last, collapsing against the dirt. Kamal dropped his knife, hands raised. Go, he said quietly to the tiger. He's free now. The tiger lunged forward, closing the distance in a single blur. The men froze, their hearts pounding, as they expected the strike. But she didn't attack. Instead, she crouched low, curling her body protectively around her cub. She licked its wound clean, rumbling deep and steady. Not rage but relief. The cub whimpered once and pressed against her chest. Kamal exhaled, chest shaking. He stepped back toward the jeep, voice barely a whisper. It's done. The forest was quiet for a while. The tiger didn't move. She held her cub close, chest rising slowly and deeply. Her ears flicked at every sound, every breath. The rangers waited, barely breathing. Then she lifted her head. Her eyes locked onto Kamal. He felt the weight of it, sharp, steady, golden in the half-light. It wasn't anger. It was something closer to understanding. Slowly, Kamal bent down, sliding the knife back into its sheath before raising both hands. No danger, he said quietly. When the tiger didn't move, he exhaled softly, crouched again, and gathered the broken wire, placing it carefully in the jeep's bin. She knows, he murmured under his breath. The tiger's shoulders lowered. Her muscles loosened. She took a cautious step forward, the cub limping behind her. Ravi's voice trembled. Don't move. Kamal didn't, not yet. He stayed still, letting her see his hands, his calm. The tiger stopped a few meters away. Her breath came out in slow, misty clouds. For a heartbeat, the air hung still. Then she blinked, slow and deliberate. Not fear, not surrender, but trust. Kamal stayed still for a moment, feeling his pulse in his throat. Then, one careful step at a time, he began to move forward. Slow, steady, keeping his hands where she could see them. The tiger didn't flinch. Her gaze followed him, wary but calm. Kamal moved closer to the cub, stopping halfway. Easy, he murmured. The cub whimpered, pressing its injured paw against the ground. Mud streaked its fur as it tried to stand, trembling. He pulled a small kit from his belt, poured water over the wound, and wiped the dirt away. The cub didn't fight, just breathed hard, eyes wide. Ravi handed him a strip of gauze. Kamal wrapped the leg quickly and carefully, then backed off, palms open. The tiger stepped forward, sniffed the bandage, then looked at Kamal again. For a heartbeat, the two just breathed, human and wild. Then she nudged her cub upright. It limped, but stood. Together, they turned toward the trees. Halfway there, the mother stopped and looked back. Kamal met her eyes. You're welcome, he whispered. She turned away, vanishing into the forest. For a moment, no one spoke. Ravi finally broke the silence. Did she just thank us? Kamal didn't answer. He just watched the trees. They packed their gear in a quiet rhythm. Kamal wiped the mud from his knife, checked the bin to make sure the wire was secured, then climbed into the jeep. Ravi shut the back door and looked toward the tree line. You think she'll remember? Kamal started the engine. Yeah, he said. She will.